Hi, my name is Angelyca, and this is the Angelyca Unfiltered channel where I talk about health, wellness, weight loss, but mostly fat acceptance. If you're new here, my name is Angelyca, in case you didn't know, because I already said my name 3 times now. And I used to be in the fat acceptance movement, but I think I've been out of it for almost going on 2 years. And I thought it'd be fun to do a little reaction to some fat acceptance content. There are some different compilations that I have found online, so I thought maybe we could react to one of those together. So this one is from Cringe Chungus. It's from 3 years ago. These should all be TikTok, so I think I should probably be fine down here in the corner. Maybe I'll expand myself too. Not shrinking myself though. We don't do that because it's toxic here. We're just gonna have to skip this video because I don't feel like getting in trouble.
All right.
I'm scared to talk about food and stuff now on YouTube because I posted a video about people talking about binge and it got age restricted, and then I fought that, and then it just got completely taken off YouTube. So let us be very careful with our words when we watch this now. It says, "Hi friends, what I eat in a day is a fat person."
Friends, this is what I eat in a day as a fat person who does not want to lose weight and is eating whatever sounds good.
So we got some intuitive eating here.
Today I started my morning with some coffee. I always do.
Was that coffee black? Did you put some cream and sugar in that? I would like to know.
Made a smoothie bowl for breakfast.
Did you guys see all of those freaking granolas? Acai bowls and smoothies and granola is something that really gets the health halo. And I'm not saying I'm perfect when it comes to eating, but like these things can be so nutrient dense, and that granola has honey on top of it. Like something like this could easily be 1,000 calories, and you don't think it is because you view all these things as quote unquote healthy, but baby, them calories still count whether they're healthy or not.
I made a smoothie bowl for breakfast. I drank lots of water today since I worked out, and I had an afternoon snack.
Oh my god, that cream cheese. It's some lumpy ass cream cheese. Cream cheese and some grapes. Very carb heavy.
A bagel, cream cheese, and grapes. For dinner I ordered some Chinese takeout, which was so good.
Damn, I want some Chinese. Look at that mountain of white rice.
For dinner I ordered...
People, if you don't know why you are fat, see how much protein you're consuming, because you're probably starving all the time because you don't eat any protein.
There's some Chinese takeout, which was so good, and
their fortune cookie says, "Many receive advice, only the wise profit by it." I'm sure they receive lots of diet and weight loss advice in their comment section, but don't take it.
And I ended my night with a cupcake.
Oh my, literally just all carbohydrates, no protein. That's why you're fat. You're hungry all the time because you don't eat anything that's satiating. So the caption says, "How straight-sized people compliment fat people."
I love that you just wear whatever you want and you just don't care. Like, you just don't care what people say. You just wear it.
I feel like sometimes those comments are patronizing, but also at the same time, I feel like skinny or like straight-sized people say that to fat people because they're insecure and couldn't imagine themselves wearing it. I understand like it could sound patronizing, but I feel like most people that say stuff like that are just trying to be nice. But the road to hell was paved with good intentions. So I'm trying to fix my camera because I moved my seat.
So brave.
She looks familiar. You're so brave, Sparkle James.
So brave. So brave.
I love her hair. I miss having cool color hair, kind of.
Brave. Brave, 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 brave. So brave.
I feel like people only say that online, though, because most of my friends are straight size or healthy size or normal. And I feel like none of them have ever like told me I'm brave just before wearing something. The next text on the screen says, "You'd be too powerful if you were thin." See, people in the fat acceptance community just like literally fucking make up things. No one ever says this to them.
You're not thin. You would be too powerful.
That's something that you probably fucking said to yourself. And the next says, quote unquote, "No one is gonna mess with you."
So like statuesque. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to worry about like walking home late at night by yourself because like no one's gonna mess with you.
I feel like fat people probably say that to themselves because one of like the Instagram reaction videos that I did a couple videos back, we were talking about some things in the comments like that, and it is so victim blamey for people to be like, thin people are just like easier to kidnap, and if you're weak, then you're easier to abduct, or people can take advantage of you. And it's like, you're so fucking victim blaming. Like, it's not a victim's fault if they get abducted or like assaulted. Like, it's just like the things that people in the fat acceptance community say are like so fucking ass backwards. And the next text on the screen says, "You're not fat, you're beautiful." Because when fat people say that they're fat in front of other people that aren't in the fat acceptance community, they don't know what to say. Ever think about that? Because most normal people just don't use the word fat. It's actually very taboo.
What? You're not fat. Don't say that about yourself. You're beautiful.
You can be fat and beautiful. At least you know that guys like you for you.
I mean, the really cool thing is that you always know that men really like you for you, you know?
Not always. Like, what if there's a chubby chaser going after you?
You know, if you lost some weight, you'd be so hot.
Not her doing the Whizzler. Not her doing the Rizzler. I needed to stop touching my chin. I already have a bunch of fucking zits on it. You'd be so hot if you lost weight. See, these are all just like, if they did happen, it's just annoying comments.
Y'all.
Oh, we have Splooch maker ISB mutuals with, I don't want to say her, I don't want to get in trouble, with them too. This fat phobic rampage, bro. All right, what's going on, Splooch? Is Splooch like cum? Or is my mind just filthy?
Y'all got my video taken down for bullying, and this is exactly why these things are needed, because y'all silence fat voices anytime they don't protect thinness.
Or because people in the fat acceptance community say the most heinous, disturbing things, and they bully others. Ever think about that? No, they're just victims.
So I went to the doctor today and I
thought this was my video at first. I was like, oh. No. So how to decline getting weighed at the doctor's office.
wanted to try something new. I wanted to ask that they didn't weigh me, and I was a little nervous, I'll be honest, because I know sometimes doctors push back a lot. Thankfully, mine didn't go too bad. Here's a recording.
I'd like to not get weighed, if that's okay.
Are you sure if there's any medications that might get weighed? Do you want to just not look?
No, I just
Don't want to get weighed? Okay. So that was, the weight is a part of the height, so I can just take you on the other side and just grab your height.
Okay.
The only reason she had was medication. I'm not on any, so we were set.
Which is so ironic because I understand what it's like to be triggered about weight and not want to see weight. But people in the fat acceptance community act like weight has nothing to do with health and they don't care what they weigh and they're happy to be fat. And it's like, if you're fucking happy to be fat, then get your fat ass up on that scale and let's see that big ass number that you compiled on. I understand that some doctors can be assholes and they can be annoying, but knowing your weight and having a long history of your weight is so fucking important if you're on medications, if you have different disorders and diseases, because what if you rapidly gain weight out of nowhere? If you like just start to carry a bunch of water weight, you know, you can have like congestial heart failure, or like, I remember when everything was going on with Jordan Underwood, they were seeing like a Hayes doctor and that doctor never took their weight. And then Jordan was complaining about how they put on a bunch of weight and their doctor didn't act concerned because weight wasn't a part of their medical procedures. Because Jordan and their doctor wasn't paying enough attention to Jordan's weight, it took them even longer to figure out that they had lipodemia and lymphedemia. So it's like, weight is important.
Medication, I'm not on any, so we were set.
So I was tagged in a TikTok over the weekend about a girl who said that fat is not a feeling, and she was 100% correct, but she was getting a lot of hate for it.
Fat is not a feeling. I feel like it's an adjective. I feel fat the same way that I could feel skinny even though I'm fucking obese. Like, you know what I mean? Like just who the fuck cares? Who cares? Who cares?
People were saying that, oh, well, I guess you cured my ED now, or body dysmorphia just doesn't exist because now...
Just because you don't want someone to say the word fat or feel fat, it doesn't mean that people aren't going to.
I can't feel fat. But if you were to Google "is fat a feeling," you would get so many sources that talk about how fat is not a feeling, it's not an emotion, and how important it is in ED recovery to actually acknowledge what it is that you're feeling and what you're going through.
We all have instances where we just feel fat. You just wake up on the wrong side of the bed and you put on an outfit and you're like, damn, I thought I lost weight, but why is my stomach sticking out 18 inches. Or you do something really fat, like you just make up this nasty concoction in your kitchen and you devour and it tastes so good. Like, fat is a feeling. The same way that skinny is a feeling. Like, after you go on your 3-mile walk and you drink 50 ounces of water, then you wake up and your waist is extra snatched in and you get in the scale and you lost a pound. That skinny is a feeling too. I thought all feelings were valid. Feelings are only valid if you agree with them, I guess.
People don't say I feel kidney or I feel hair.
I've never seen any of these videos. Girl, what? Literally what? I feel kidney right now. Period. I feel kidney. I feel detoxing. I feel like filtering through blood. I think that's what the kidney does. Whatever, you guys will clock me in the comments. I feel hair. Yeah, I feel hair. I feel soft. I feel luxurious. I feel healthy. I feel taken care of. I feel hair. What do you guys feel? What do I feel right now? I feel vagina. Because I'm empowered and I'm a sexy woman who gives life.
They aren't feelings. They're not emotions. You can have hair. You can have a kidney. You can have fat. You can be fat. But you cannot feel fat. You can perceive yourself to be bigger than what you are, but that's not a feeling. That's still not an emotion. That's a perception. By continuous...
Okay, well, if that's my perception, then why can't I be and feel my perception? The same way that I can feel like an ugly rat because I have zits all over my face. But in reality, I'm gorgeous. That's just how I feel right now. That's my perception. That's just my opinion!
How do you know what's good for me? That's my opinion!
Say things like, I feel fat. You're not helping yourself and you're not helping other people.
Why? It's healthy to label my emotions. If I'm feeling fat, then let me own my fatness.
You continue to uphold that stereotype that fat bodies are negative.
No, see, it's people in the fat acceptance community that have a negative perception of what it is to be fat or to be thin or to be normal. Like, you have your feelings wrapped up in everything. What if I just feel fat for a fucking moment? Like, last night, I was basically starving to death for some reason. There was just a hole in my stomach that I could not feel. And my husband, and now my fucking neighbor going down the street bass boosting that no one cares about. My husband and I got a large sausage pepperoni pizza from Papa John's. You know, it was cut in 8 slices. I had 5. I went over my calories so bad yesterday. But I just had an insatiable hunger. And I felt fat. I was like, but fuck it. I don't care. Like, that was good. And I just fucking needed that. Like, it just hit the spot. And then when I got up this morning, I was like, oh shit, I'm probably gonna gain a pound from everything I ate yesterday. That was chaotic. I got on the scale. Somehow, I still lost weight. And I said, period. Now I feel skinny. And that's life. That's what it's like to lose weight.
You're equating whatever negative emotions that you actually have with fat bodies. Be kind to fat bodies and please stop using that for it.
So the screen says, I wanted to paint my fat nude and 𝓌𝒾𝓃𝓃𝓃 without getting taken down. So they're painting a butt. So I covered it with a peach. It worked and I got to paint for more than an hour. Until the sticker fell off. But it's finished. Next video will be the last one. Okay, I don't know why that's in here. I don't think it's very cringe. They're an amazing painter. So I have Marissa Matthews. I will say she is one of my favorite characters in the Fat Acceptance universe. I think she is the most unhinged and, quite frankly, hilarious. Of course, unironically hilarious, because what she says is usually batshit insane.
Just a reminder that if a fat person is talking about fat shaming and how it's not okay and how people shouldn't do it, and your only response is, well, it goes both ways. Skinny shaming's a problem too.
It is. People in the fat acceptance community act like you can only be obese and struggle with body image issues or weight issues or mental health or ED issues, and they have the worst problems in the whole entire world. And if you're someone that struggles with any of those things on the opposite side of the spectrum, or you're just actually like a normal weight, then everything you feel is invalid. Obviously, no one should be fat shamed, no one should be skinny shamed, no one should be body shamed. But if it sucks to be fat shamed, then it sucks to be thin shamed too. And just because someone lives in a smaller body and they have a body privilege doesn't mean that they can't still struggle. Shut up. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up.
Newsflash for you, you're not helping and you're being fat phobic.
How? How's that fat phobic?
You're silencing fat bodies.
Actually, they're just bringing up a point that you guys always contradict. That's it. And I'm sorry. 77% of Americans are overweight, 44% of them being obese. Everyone's fucking fat. You have lots of allies. You have lots of people like you in your circle.
And you're making it about yourself.
You're making it about yourself. Sorry, Marissa, I forgot it's your world and we all live in it. Actually, some people talk about skinny shaming and they're still fat. They're just trying to prove a point. People can talk about skinny shaming while not being skinny.
Everybody knows that skinny shaming happens, okay?
But fat shaming is so much worse. And there's systemic oppression of being fat. I bet that's what she's gonna say.
The thing is that people not always know that fat shaming happens or that fat shaming can follow through and become discrimination.
Oh, I was so close. I was so close, you guys. It's like I was in this movement or something. No, I'm actually just psychic. That's why.
And fat oppression. And saying to a fat person when they're talking about their own experience,
get off the toilet. I hate when people film on the toilet. I'm like, are you so fucking constipated? Are you sitting on the shitter so long that you are giving yourself hemorrhoids? And then you think during this difficult time while I'm pushing, I need to sit down and film a fucking TikTok. No, you need to eat more fiber. That's what you need to do.
and all you have to say is, but it goes both ways. Skinny shaming's a problem too. You are taking their voice away. You are talking over.
Hot take, we should be silencing more fat people. If skinny talk's gonna get banned, ban fat talk. I don't want to hear what they have to say either.
Them, and you are silencing them. It's not okay.
Fat people are the fucking loudest. That's why that's like a stereotype that fat people are loud and obnoxious. They are not demure.
Okay, and you become part of the problem when you do that. So next time, just listen and then make your own goddamn video.
Okay, I will. I'll stitch it and I'll say, skinny shaming is the worst, blah, 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 blah. I'm not really on TikTok, so I won't be able to stitch that, but I'll react to it maybe if I see it in another compilation video. So this video says, me carrying the weight of being the fat girl he can't leave alone. So insinuating that people are ashamed to like fat women. I mean, well, you are carrying a lot of weight. It does take a toll on you. I urge you to get an inhaler and continue to lose weight so you don't have to breathe like that and then someone doesn't have to make that into a sound. Make your gasping for breath because there's so much adipose tissue, so much visceral fat on your belly that your lungs can't breathe in oxygen properly. Things a fat girl made. Because God forbid someone just make a fucking craft without having to disclose that they're obese. You have to make everything about fatness. Fatness is a key personality trait in lots of people. That's the most important thing about all of us.
What many people might think, I, a certified and ordained fat, have no trouble sympathizing with.
Certified and ordained fat. Like, she is a preacher.
With thin women who experience self-loathing as a result of thinking they are fat. They are victims of the same abusive image-obsessed social messages and conditioning that I am, and the only difference is that they don't have to deal with the external reality of actually being fat, even
okay, word salad.
if they don't realize it. There's a stereotype that fat women spitefully withhold sympathy from those who are fat on the inside but thin on the outside. They see the same fat body that we do when we look in the mirror, and we just can't imagine how hard that must be.
So fat people are mean to women with body dysmorphia.
Imagine repeatedly being told you don't have enough empathy for someone who hates themselves because they think they look like you do.
See, it's like you don't have to make literally everything about yourself. What if someone just has body dysmorphia and is uncontent with what they look like and it's so actually distressing that they have a mental health problem? What about that? Because I don't know if you know this, but being fat is not healthy. It's not good. It's actually a disease. You have this thing called obesity. And imagine thinking you have a disease that you don't, and then hyperfixating on what you look like, spending hours upon hours looking at yourself in a mirror, being so obsessed with what you look like and what you eat. Yeah, that's not fucking healthy. So, like, it's not about you. I was just talking about my zits earlier. I hate my zits. They're deep and literally so dark. I mean, I know they have a pimple patch on it right now, so it looks a little lighter. But they're like fucking bruised and discolored. I don't like my pimples. Does that mean anything about you guys that also have acne that are watching this video? No, it's about myself.
We are putting our clothes back on because we're not without your help. It's stuck. Hold on. Like, you want to make me sit in my lap? Just yank it.
What is going on?
Up right now. It is Squish Titty City. God. That one's not in. It's going to pop off the top. I can't really help that. I'm so scared. I wrapped my legs around something.
I literally don't know what's going on. Her boobs are going crazy, and they're in the water. They're in the lake. Her top is obviously way too small.
I'm so scared of beaver fever.
You ever wondered about...
Oh, I literally don't know what that video was. This compilation is... Some of the videos in this compilation literally make no sense.
about where the 10,000 steps a day guideline came from? I did some research and I found out, and I'm here to tell you what happened. A professor from Harvard, 𝒦𝒻 Lee, was also curious about this too, and you're gonna be mind blown about where this came from.
Sorry, I thought my husband was home.
All started because a Japanese company was selling pedometers, and the Japanese character for 10,000 looks kind of like a man walking. It is literally a marketing strategy.
And guess what? They've done more research that shows that probably the best amount of steps that people should reach for is 7,000 instead of 10. 10 is a little obsessive, but most people still need 7,000 steps to be healthy.
Marketing strategy. Then Lee, the professor from Harvard, took a little bit further to see how many steps actually improve your health. Mortality rates continued to drop up until 7.5k steps a day when the results kind of leveled out. So this is just a reminder that if you're struggling to get 10,000 steps a day in, it's okay.
Just because 10,000 steps was a marketing point doesn't mean that you should only take fucking 300. Go get your 7,500 steps in.
And also just kind of take a grain of salt with the health rules and to do some research on them, because a lot of it just comes from money.
Okay, this is for fat babes only. If you are partnered with a person who is...
So the screen says, if you're fat, watch this. If you're partnered or if you're with someone that's conventionally attractive.
Fat babes only. If you are partnered with a person who is...
Oh, man. My spouse is very conventionally attractive, and they're also a professional tattoo artist, so they're like really heavily tattooed and they look really cool, and they look much more visibly queer than I do as like a fat femme woman. And we have this super fun thing that happens where other queers will just like come up to them and start hitting on them, like right in front of me, like flirting with them and fawning over them, and I just kind of have to like stand there and take...
Is it flirting and fawning over them, or are they like, wow, you have a bunch of fucking tattoos and you look insanely cool and I love all your work? That's probably exactly what it is. But this person is insecure, so they're going to take it as like flirting and trying to hit on them.
And it's happened like several times. I'll just be completely ignored, like not even a hi, how are ya? I'm just like part of the wall. And my spouse is like really awkward, so they don't always fully understand what's happening.
Because people are just saying, wow, you have really cool tattoos. And their partner, she is like making a huge fucking deal out of it.
As I'm talking about this, I'm like, you know what? This hasn't happened in a while. Maybe it's not a thing anymore, but we've just been in quarantine. We haven't been anywhere.
Something that I think about with some frequency scrolling through this godforsaken app is that in
Godforsaken app, even though you're on it 24/7.
In the conversation around fat activism, fat people are made to seem like crazy for our ideas.
Because you guys are fucking lunatics. You dismiss all scientific research unless you can manipulate it to fit your narrative.
Like, people genuinely question my intelligence and my sanity when I talk about these issues, and
as they should.
I know that happens to other people too. Like, I get very sincere comments, like, claiming that I've been, like, brainwashed by body positivity.
You can't make this shit up. Because you have. I bet this person thinks, health has nothing to do with my weight. Being fat is fine. Being fat is beautiful and sexy. No matter what I do, I'll never be able to lose weight. Calories in, calories out don't matter. This is all the things that they probably fucking say on their page, just like every other person in the fat acceptance community.
And yet I scroll through this app. I've been on here for like over a year now, and countless times over and over and over again, there's always some kind of trend, whether that's like, you know, like the body like stretch thing that makes you look fat, and then, you know, you turn it off and you look, you know, yourself again.
So people use filters. Groundbreaking.
Same thing. There was another one for your face. There's like multiple ones for your face, actually. And I see hundreds, if not thousands, if not millions.
If you've seen millions of TikToks, please turn your phone off and go touch grass.
Of people using them to like placate themselves, to make themselves feel like, oh, thank God, I fit actually into this, you know, beauty standard.
Wow. People that are insecure use filters to make themselves feel better about themselves. Wow. That's a concept I've never heard of before.
This like horrific, racist, fat phobic, etc.
I'm just like really over the beauty standard conversation. You know, people say that like when they hit 40, they stop giving a fuck. And I'm honestly starting to really get scared for 40 because I feel like I really don't give a fuck, and I'm scared what I might become when I turn 40. Because if I don't care now, I'm petrified to see the state that I am when I turn 40. Because, like, I just don't care. Like, everything, like, I do is for myself when it comes to, like, looks and how I present myself and what I wear and the makeup I do. And obviously, like, I want my husband to find me attractive, too. But it's like, I don't do anything to try and fit into society. I am literally a fucking recluse now. I'm self-employed. I work from home. The only time I leave the fucking house is to go see my psychiatrist, which is required every 6 months because I'm prescribed Adderall and I have to see her every 3 months if I want fucking prescription refills, or if I have to drop off orders from my small business, or if I have to go to the grocery store, or if I go do permanent jewelry. Like I rarely leave the house, which I'm fine with, and I still have my social needs met. But I almost feel like there's something wrong with me that I like literally just don't care. Like if I cared about what society thought about me or how people viewed me, then I probably wouldn't have gotten to 273 pounds. I also probably wouldn't have all these goddamn tattoos on you guys probably don't see my full body as much because I'm usually just a talking head. Okay, I have this ginormous tattoo. Both of the inside of my arm's not done. I have this full arm. I have my knuckles. I have my chest. I have 4 pieces down on my legs too. It's like, if I cared what society thought about me, I probably wouldn't have tattoos, because for some reason there's still that stereotype that people that have tattoos are either rednecks or criminals. Or some people think that someone that has tattoos is poor, even though having tattoos actually costs a lot of money. Or if I had cared about what people thought about me, then I probably wouldn't have dyed my hair every single color of the rainbow. Or if I cared what people thought about me, then I probably wouldn't say fucking every other word when I make YouTube videos. If I cared what people thought about me, I probably would have got a diamond engagement ring instead of a blue sapphire. Like, I wear the clothes that I want to. I listen to the music I want to. Like, I just don't care what people expect me to be, or like what sort of beauty standards that I should be following. Like, I don't worry about trying to be pretty or worrying about anyone besides my husband finding me attractive. Like, and that's like, why do you care? Like, why do you care? I don't know if it's maybe because I don't want to say like I've always been weird. I've always been quirky. I've always been different. But it's like, I knew from a very young age that I was, I don't want to say special, even though I was put in some special classes for my dyslexia. But like, I was just knew I was a little different, so I knew I was never going to be accepted or like fit into these standards that everyone is trying to achieve. I don't know if that's just because how I grew up. I had a very untraditional childhood because of, you know, my dad being an alcoholic, but then also like my dad is super heavily tattooed and my parents both lived a very untraditional life, if that makes any sense. Like they just didn't follow the same life paths as everyone else did at, like in their age or in their generation. So it's like why do you care? Like why do you care about beauty standards? Why do you care about trends? Like, do you have no sense of self that you just have to be a mindless sheep and copy what everyone else is doing? I understand that people want to feel attractive and feel beautiful, but if you don't find that from within, if you don't have that natural confidence and do things that you actually like, then you're never going to feel that beauty or that like feel the pretty that you so desperately desire. Like all that stuff comes from within when you are being your true authentic self instead of trying to chase beauty standards or trying to be someone that you are not. If that makes any sense. You know what I mean? Like I'm never going to be one of those cool skinny Pinterest girls with their minimalist tattoos and their slicked back buns and like that will never be me. So I'm not trying to chase after that. Be yourself. Fuck what everyone else says to a certain extent. Fit into society. Don't be a fucking nuisance. Don't be a burden. Just do things that make you happy and contribute to society. This rant is like going on and probably makes no fucking sense of it. It's like, live your life, bitch. You only got one of them. I'll tell you that. And the time goes by way too fast to be trying to force yourself to be like everyone else. There is only one you, so be you, because you're special. Or whatever Alex, that model, said. That was funny.
You need to start being you, because you are you, and you are unique. So follow you. Do what you want to do.
Beauty standard. And I know for a fact, because I've seen it hundreds of times, that people use them because they make them feel better about themselves, even if only for a second. So you're telling me that you need to stand in front of like a funhouse mirror to feel better about your body?
Oh my god, people have body issue problems. Oh my god, people are insecure. Like, I don't know what you want me to say.
And yet somehow when I suggest, or when other fat people suggest that maybe you could work on your fat phobia and like unpack all of this like beauty standard shit that we're taught from a very early age, maybe if you unpacked that, it would actually lead to a greater good.
Those people need to figure out on their own time that they need to probably seek mental health help or just work through their own struggles. Someone commenting, you need to work on your internalized fat phobia, isn't going to do anything. They're going to be like, fuck you, fat bitch.
And somehow we are like the unwell ones for suggesting that.
Worry about yourself. You're obese. Go lose some weight. Take care of yourself. You are obviously unwell as well.
It baffles me. And I hate to be like academic about it, but it's like...
I hate to be academic about it. I hate to be all women's and gender studies about it. And health at every size about it. Oh yeah. Let's hear your, what your sociology degree has to say. Now we got a fucking forklift going down the road. Thank you.
It's like a Plato's Cave kind of situation where, like, fat phobia is a hell of a trip. And if that's all you've ever known for your entire life, as most people do, then anyone who's worked on that and gotten out of that mindset is going to sound insane to you.
In case you guys don't know what Plato's Cave is. Plato's Closet. Plato's Cave. The analogy of cave shows the journey of the philosopher makes from illusion to reality, from ignorance to the worlds of forms. So like thinking you see a bird, but it's actually a shadow. Prisoners seeing bird shadows on the wall, and it's really someone putting on a fucking puppet show. Basically just illusions and fake reality and made up nonsense. Guess what? Everything people in the fat acceptance say is also made up nonsense and a fucking puppet show.
But the stuff I talk about and the stuff other fat people talk about literally could not be more legitimate. Like, it could not be more important in this day and age. So,
what is so important to talk about with fat phobia? You know what you should actually talk about? You should actually talk about the obesity epidemic. Because 44% of Americans are obese. And obesity is an extreme risk factor to many different disorders and diseases. And especially because basically the whole fat acceptance movement is all women. And if you're going to be a feminist, if you're going to be an intersectional feminist, then you need to believe in science and the actual well-being of women. So you need to talk about the importance of physical, emotional, spiritual, psychological health, which obviously I would think actually just everyone in the fat acceptance community struggles with every aspect of health. Their holistic health is in the shitter, coming from personal experience.
Tired.
You're so tired because you're fucking obese. When you lose weight, you get so much energy. I don't know the science around it, but it's facts. Thin women, hey, guess what? Plus size women, I despise guessing games. I don't know if there's a sound on it, but this is all silent. Skinny woman, I'm going to be the forefront of the body positivity movement. Fat woman, oh goody. Thin woman, I was told to eat a burger, so I'm joining the body positive movement just like you. Girl, you should take out those braids because it's fucking up your hairline super bad. Fat woman, well, forgive me for not leaping for joy. Bad back, So they're sarcastically not supporting them. Well, did you know the body positive movement wasn't made for fat fucks? Body positivity was created for people that actually can't change things about themselves, like people that are burn victims, people with scars, people with physical disabilities that look a little different than majority of the population. Did you know that? Fat acceptance just co-opted that movement because people in the fat acceptance community act like fatness is something that they can't control. So then they stole the body positivity movement. Yep. And then guess what? The fat acceptance movement was actually created by white cisgender heterosexual males because they wanted it to be more socially acceptable for those men to bring around their super morbidly obese wives in public and not be embarrassed. Sit on your toilet, Marissa Matthews, and think about that the next time you need to take a shite. So let me know what you guys think about those clips. I feel like none of them were really that crazy or outlandish. I've seen worse, to be honest. I have seen worse. This one was pretty tame, or I guess that was the 55th compilation that Cringe Chungus made, so maybe all the good content was in the earlier compilations Cringe Chungus made. Cringe Chungus. Let me know if you care about beauty standards. Let me know if you care about fitting in. Let me know your opinions. Let me know how your day went. Let me know if you saw any annoying fat people on the internet today. Let me know anything. I got nothing going on. So I'll read your comment and reply to it. If you just need a rant or bitch and moan about something, feel free to leave it down in the comments because this is a bitch and moan safe place. All we do is bitch and moan here. New merch idea. Bitch and moan headquarters. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like this video, and if you enjoy me, consider subscribing. Like, half the people that watch my videos aren't subscribed, so that's kind of sad, but I appreciate everyone who is. I hope you have a great day. Take care. Peace.